Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Guys, look, I am going to log in as usual. Um, but we are going to talk about the marriages. Just 1 second here. And let me bring that little handsome thing in there. Mr. Sweet Lips himself. Hey, Sweet
Hello,
Lips.
everyone.
Notice I didn't mess up this time. I left it turned up. Like, okay, now get this right, get this right, get this right. So I am going to log in here, guys. How are you all doing? I hope everyone is well because I am not.
What's
Um,
wrong? Not feeling
man,
good?
I'll tell you, this wind picked up and these allergies just
Ah,
came.
mm,
No, I've been sneezing and dripping. Now,
mm.
anytime I go climb in that bed, something's have to be wrong because
Yeah, I know
that
the
is the
feeling.
last
Same thing with
place.
my nose. My nose has been bothering me like crazy with allergies.
Oh man. And fighting um this sneeze. It's like, what
You got
just
no allergy
happened?
pills to take? You got no allergy pills?
I took some zinc because I'm just not a pill. I'm just not the pill person.
Oh,
And and I'm just drinking some tea. So I'm gonna try to um fight it that way. And then if that does not work, and
speaking
then
of
I
tea,
will.
that's what I'm drinking. My lovely little ginger tea.
Oh my goodness. And I'm gonna have to hit my little button over here because I was like, oh my goodness. I realized like, oh, I have not logged in yet. So guys, we will be here. Night nurse, I don't know if you got your notification.
I got some fresh ginger I boiled, cut up some ginger and boiled it and made me some tea.
There you go. I need to
Fresh
do that
ginger.
too because I got all this ginger here, and I have not um, cut up any ginger or onions. Or how I do my.
See my little shadow. I'm trying to see if I can grow a beard and see how that looks. It's been a while. It's been years since I had a beard.
Uh oh.
You
Uh
you
oh.
you ladies let sugar lips know how y'all think he looking good, looking good. Got my little shadow going there. But don't worry about it. By tomorrow I'll be gone. I never keep it for long. I just let it happen.
You
Then all
see,
of a
I just
sudden,
had to turn my head like, oh my God, guys, let's not start the show by me auctioning him off. But like, who won him? Who won him? Going once, going twice. It's like we're not even talking
hey,
about
I,
no
I be
stars.
wanting the
Just
beard by
get him. But be like, who wants my brother? Be like, now if you have to bring him back, that's on you. That's why he free. But guys, we are going. Hello, good evening, Cassandra. How are you?
Hey, that ain't fair. How you can see things I don't see?
You should be able to see it on your screen. She just
No,
said blessings.
no.
Did you hit where you can see the comments?
I got to press on comments.
Up in that right hand.
I ain't, save me comments. Let me see. Okay, yeah, I can see it now. Wait, hold up. Wait, save me comments. Hold
Do you
up.
see it?
You said Cassandra?
Yeah, Cassandra Baker.
Cassandra,
She just said
Cassandra the,
blessings, and she just said she was
Cassandra the
good.
baker. Oh, okay,
Yes.
okay. Oh, I'll take a hot apple pie. Uh, you know, some strudels. I love it. Oh, apple turnover. Apple turn. I mean, she bakes,
This is
right?
Mr. Sweet Tooth himself.
She bakes, I would assume.
I don't know if she bakes. I don't know if she bakes or not. Oh my goodness gracious,
I
Lord
mean,
help
she
us
bakes. I
all.
mean, I'm pretty sure she can make an apple turnover or a nice apple pie or something. Just
And
freeze
she
it up.
just laughing, but she's just
Freeze
throwing up a laughing emoji. That's short for no. She said, "I want to make sweet potato pies." Oh, that's Melvin's specialty.
Oh, I can make a sweet potato pie. Oh,
Mhm.
oh man, I can make. Oh, my little darling, I can make a sweet potato pie. Oh man, I can. Oh, I'll make a sweet potato pie. But if you make a sweet potato pie, that'd be cool.
Why me, Lord? He's a cook. He's a cook. Chef Boy. Wait, I need to do something real quick
Yeah, my
here.
mama told me how to cook and bake. I do it. Oh, I can sew too, and I do laundry, and I do house cleaning. I'm an all around man.
All right.
Nothing.
Okay, there. I just had to put the correction in. We can't be going by regular names around here. We got stage names. Sister
Oh yeah.
Sledge and Sweet Lips.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So you know who I am talking about. So guys, let's get into this. Normally I have a reading, but I don't know how long it can last with a reading. I love that in a man because I'm sure she loves that in a man that can cook, do all the things. Do all the things that you want to do.
Oh yeah. I can sew with a needle and thread. Oh, I can sew. Ooh, I can sew.
What's
Yeah.
going on here?
Hey, I can do it
Okay.
all.
So guys, when we left off, well, when I left off on Sunday, and I want to thank Anna for the start. Anna, if you are listening, I thank you. I did not see it until we logged off, but thank you. Um, and so I'm going to give the scripture for marriage, okay? And it says, God promises to bless relationships with love, joy, and unity. Above all, love each other deeply because love covers a multitude of sins. And that is First Peter 4 8. First Peter 4 8. Let me just jot that in here because I need to start doing that. That is first. Yeah. Well, you're not going to put a small p on Peter because Peter is the love apostle. First Peter 4, verse 8. There you go, guys. First Peter 4, verse 8 is the scripture for marriage today. Now, so we're going to continue with faithfulness. We are on faithfulness. And um, God promised to never leave nor forsake us. The assurance of his constant presence serve as a foundation for trust and loyalty in a relationship with others. So we are on faithfulness. Now, let me get this out the way, brother. I almost went backwards. The information provided in our discussion is for general knowledge and informational purposes only. It is not intended as a professional advice or substitute for professional guidance. The views and opinions expressed in this discussion are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect the views of any organization or entity. It is recommended to consult appropriate professionals or experts for specific advice or guidance tailored to your individual circumstances. We do not endorse or take responsibility for any actions taken based on information shared in the discussions. Users are encouraged to use their discretion and judgment when applying any information obtained from the discussions to their personal situations. So now that we done cleared ourselves, let's continue where we left off at. And this was a list of ways that you can remain faithful in a marriage. And so I'm going to go over because good evening, Marie. Good evening. Night
Good
nurse
evening.
sidekick. No cutting up. Let me put that PSA out there already. Night nurse sidekick. No cutting up. And so let me go over a couple of things that we went over for the ones that was not here. Um, communication, open and honest communication is essential for maintaining trust and understanding in a marriage. Couples should regularly talk about their feelings, concerns, and needs to prevent misunderstandings and build a strong foundation of trust.
Hey, sis, love you.
Quality time. Quality time. Spending quality time together is crucial for nurturing emotional intimacy and connections in a marriage. Regular date nights, shared hobbies, and meaningful conversations can help strengthen the bond between a couple. Now, the third one is mutual respect. Respect each other's opinions, boundaries, and individuality. It is vital in a healthy marriage. Couples should listen to each other, support each other's goals and aspirations, and treat each other with kindness and consideration. Now, I want to stop right here because what I want to say is that, like this, these are the things in a marriage.
Are you
But
freezing
to
up?
me, it'll come back. But to me, these are the things that you should be looking for in a relationship first before you even get to the marriage. Now, don't bring in all of this mess that you did not discuss as boyfriend girlfriend, because boyfriend girlfriend leads to husband wife. So the communication, the quality time, the mutual respect, transparency, all of that you should find in your relationship first, because if you don't have that in the beginning, you're not going to get it in the end.
Well,
If you don't tell somebody what your expectations are in the beginning, don't you come into a marriage talking about you don't spend time with me. Was he spending time with you? Where's a boyfriend, girlfriend? If he was always gone, what are you complaining for? You should be used to it. What you
that's
think,
true.
Steve?
I do agree with that. I do. But sometimes boyfriend and girlfriend, in some cases, may not lead into a marriage. It may just lead into two people living together, and that's as far as that gonna go. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because
But
but yet y'all
mhm,
both know this and y'all agree to it. It's as far as it's gonna go right here. Nobody, we ain't thinking about marriage. We happy with the thing way things are. I see that's I always say that because
right.
this not I'll repeat again for y'all that heard me the first time. I'll say third and fourth and fifth time. Not everybody deserves to be married. And
That's
not
right.
everybody a married couple. That's just how that goes.
That's right. Amen to
Now,
that.
if
And that
you
is
looking
true.
to get married and he's not or she's not, then y'all should get out that relationship because it's never going to happen. Don't get mad and say, well, I figure we'll get married down the road when you already know this person said, I ain't looking into getting married. I don't want to get married. Some
That's
people
right.
tend to
And
not
that's
listen to
and
that
that's
word.
upfront and honesty.
Yeah, yeah, I don't want to get married, but y'all keep hearing what y'all want to hear, and then y'all get mad as years go by and figure, well, I wonder when he ever gonna marry me. He told you the first time he wasn't gonna do it. So I mean, you should know it
That
ain't gonna
is
happen.
so true there. That is
Yeah,
real talk. That right
yes,
there is
yes.
real talk. And you
It don't
keep
matter.
asking about it because your friend done got married, your cousin done got married, and they keep on looking
Exactly,
when y'all been together for
exactly.
umpteen years when you gonna get
Yep.
married.
Because
But
I
you
know,
yourself already know what he's
yes,
saying.
if I ask someone to marry me and they either skip by what I said or they said they not married material, I ain't got to ask no more. Then I know what it is. I'm not gonna get upset about it, and it is what it is. But I can tell you one thing, you know, sugar lip, you know, hey, you know, I need a wife. I'm looking for a wife. But if something must have happened, I'm gone. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. You knew what it was and what I was looking for. I don't mean I'm gonna stick around forever.
And you know what? And that right there is honesty. That's
Yes,
honesty. If
yes.
you know that I am looking to get married and you're telling me that you're not looking to get married, and so, but you know what? Now, let me tell you what just came across my mind. And so you just answer me yes or no. Um, so because you said if you know that I am looking for marriage and you're not looking for marriage and you look up, I'm gone. So does that mean that while you're with that person that you are seeking someone to marry? Like, how would you be gone if you're not looking
Yeah,
for it?
I'm gonna say here's the thing. Gone can mean two things. Two things. One, I'm gone meaning one, I had enough and I know this ain't going nowhere, so I'm out. Or gone meaning, hey, it just so sometimes you come across someone. Let me put it in your better terms. Sometimes God put things in your path for a reason. You could come across, I mean, you got to be cheap. You could come across speaking with someone, y'all can be talking this and that, and y'all have the same idea. That person talking about how they want to get married down the road, they looking, and you thinking like, well, I mean, maybe this is a little hint for me right here. That happens in life. It really truly do. It happens in life. You you may not meaning to look for that person, but somehow it lands right in your lap. It can start off as just a friend you talk to, y'all talking back and forth, talking about life, and meanwhile you be like, we on the same page here. That's what I want. But you not don't have to cheat. You go back home to your significant other and be like, hey, you know what, this relationship ain't working for me anymore. And then they be like, well, what happened? Well, here's the thing. But we just said it's about honesty. Why lead on? Why lead someone on? It ain't working for me no more. I figured we don't reach as far as we can go. We want two different things. I think it's time for me to just go our separate ways. What's wrong with that? Because
Well,
here's the
would
thing.
that be heartbreaking?
No. What we just said. If you know that this person have no intention on getting married, they don't want to. They told you that they don't want to, and they know you do. What makes you think, or they think that you ever going to change your mind 3, 4, 5 years later? You're not. They know this is what you want. I want a wife. What's like a woman say, I want a husband. I want to get married. He want to play girlfriend and boyfriend for, we've been together 10 years. I mean, I don't want to keep doing this. It's like, hey, sooner or later, one
Right.
of us
I
gonna walk
get
the
you.
door. You see what I'm saying? Sooner or
I
later,
get you.
somebody's gonna make a move.
I
That's
get
what I'm
you.
saying. It's like I wouldn't want to hold nobody back, because if I tell a woman that I ain't looking to get married, don't want to get married, and we still in a relationship, and then down the road she tell me, hey, this ain't working for me no more, why would I be surprised? I
Right.
get what she's saying. I'd be like, okay, you know what? Works for me. I mean, I wish you the best. Why not? That's the thing about it. We want to hold on to something that we know ain't going nowhere. It ain't going
When he
anywhere.
said, I'm with him, what he say, 10 kids later, remarried or well, I just think that hearing it from a man's perspective and knowing that, because we just need to have this discussion, because this is something that somebody out there is probably thinking also, that we know this and we know that this person is not who we want to marry, that this person does not want to get married. But so at that point, so do you guys still have kids or you don't?
Here's the thing.
Because if somebody told me they don't want to get married, I ain't looking to push out nothing for you. You ain't getting
Yeah,
nothing. Because in the
here's
back of
the
my
thing.
mind, I'm
Yeah,
thinking that you're going to walk.
but here's the thing. In some cases, you still listen. You still been together for years. You love each other. You may have kids. You may have a kid. You may have two kids. Oh, well, fine. But still, you already know we're never going to get married. We're just going to live the way that we're living. We're fine with this now. But sooner
Right.
or later, someone is going to say, hey, I think it's enough for me. I'm getting older in life. I want to get
I
married.
want to
I
settle
want a wife.
down. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I want a wife, and and that's just the way it goes. Only thing I'm saying is, if you're upfront and honest, you have to move on. Why keep pretending? That's the problem.
That's true.
Most women and
Yeah.
men, but more women, I say, always pretend like this man is going to marry, and when they know he already said it ain't happening,
What happened?
I ain't never gonna
Because a
do it.
lot of them believe that if it's not broken, don't fix it.
And a
Or
lot of
something.
them believe, oh, years later, I could change his mind. I mean, we've been together. No, you
Yeah,
can't. No, it's not gonna
yeah,
happen.
yeah, yeah. That's
That's
true.
just me. It's just not gonna happen. And
That's
sometimes,
true.
here's the thing, sis. Sometimes in life, we don't look for things. See, when you don't look for it, I feel sometimes it falls right in your lap.
Sure.
A relationship you never was looking for, someone you was never looking for. Like I said, it can start in just a simple conversation with someone, and then y'all just realize how much you have in common. And then you say to yourself, you don't figure like you cheating. When people say, oh well, ain't that cheating if you sitting out there talking to somebody? No, this person could just be a regular friend you talking to, that you speak, and things can just click in your head like, okay, you know what? Wow, we on the same page.
So
That
that's
person
so true.
respects who
Yeah,
you with. That person
yeah.
respects and know that you're in a relationship. That person respects all that. But here's the thing, man or woman, they respect you more when you're honest and you say, you know what, I ain't even gonna try nothing here. We ain't going down this path because you know I'm with somebody, but let me take care of my problem at home. And then we see where we go from there. That's how that goes.
Well, that's why we have two. And that is his point. And that is what a lot of people are really thinking and saying. Because it is honesty when you openly say to
Yes.
someone, oh, well, I don't want to get married. And then, but you know that deep down inside you do. And, you know, God forbid it happens. And let me tell you the crazy part about it. And now that I'm thinking about it in hindsight, I think a lot of times this scenario really plays out exactly the way you're saying. There's a man or woman out there that wants marriage, and then you're with someone that don't want marriage, but you're looking at that person like, but if we know we've been together all this time, and I'm saying I love you, and you saying you love me, why not go ahead and get married? And they looking like, I don't want that, I don't want that. You will soon start to look like, hey, I don't want to live this way. And I already told you, you know, how I feel about you. And so you start to really feel like, what is blocking you? What is stopping you? And if I'm telling you I love you and you telling me you love me and I say let's get married and you steady hanging on the word no, then you know, yeah, one day there's no telling what
Because
can
I think it
happen.
this way, you can't, you're not mad at each other. Like I said, you love each other. But here's the thing, you cannot be angry with somebody, hold somebody. That's like, oh, you getting with a woman, she says, I don't want to have kids. And you were like, oh, I was thinking about having a family someday and have a kid. And she's looking at you like, well, I told you, I don't want to have kids. So where we going with this? And you still continue to stay with that woman for years on end. And then every time you bring it up or y'all have a situation and you like, oh, what is that? You're arguing. She's like, well, what we arguing about? We've been together 6 years. You know I ain't want to have kids from the day I met you. What? You can't get upset with that woman because she told you what she don't want to
Right.
do.
And then she can't
You
get upset with you when you say,
that's right.
I
And if
found
you say
someone.
that, there you go. And if they do get upset, here's the thing. That just means they're just trying to hold you back. Don't hold them back. Move on. Let that person move on. And you move on. Because sooner or later in time, y'all going to be miserable together. Because you're going to keep arguing about this same situation that ain't going to go nowhere. You move
Right.
on.
But you know what? The flip part to that is if you know what you are looking for in life and that person is not on that same page with you, in the beginning, I would be out because I know I'm wasting my time and I'm not going to get what I want.
I got you there, sis. I got you. I understand that. You make sense. But here's what the problem comes in with that. It always happens when we're young. See, when we're young, we thinking, oh, in
Boom,
time, all
boom. You
things,
ain't
but
never lied.
it'll
You
change.
have
It'll change.
never
Oh, it's
lied.
always
That's the
happened when
truth.
you're young because you could be
That's the
with
truth.
someone You could be 18, 17, 19, and they say this now. You be like, oh, that's fine. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Because you
Yeah,
thinking
yeah,
it's
yeah,
fine. In
yeah,
time,
yeah.
she will change. He will change. But then realize, hold up, that ain't
That's
changing.
true.
It's like it's not changing. Yeah. So it starts when you're
That's
young.
true.
You thinking that way. You think it's all good. That's fine. All right. In time,
Yes,
I'll give
yes.
it some time. We've
Understood.
been there a
Yes,
couple of
Lord.
years.
Yeah,
It's like that. That's how that goes. It all starts,
yeah.
I'll give it a couple of years. She'll probably change her mind. He'll probably change. And it's like, no, I'm not. This is what it is.
Marie said after 3 months, you're auditioning for a different position. Yeah.
I see a hindsight. Look. Here's a mistake that we made. That's why I said the mistake that we made is that we don't go take care our problems at home first before we go jumping into something else. Be
Right,
fair about it and take care of that first, and
right.
then
And
move
don't
on to
bring that
something else.
dead baggage into something new.
Exactly. And anyone that you have met or speaking to knows that you are in a relationship should respect that and want that. Just like I don't want that baggage. You take care of what you got to take care of. Then hey, if we meet up again, then fine. If not, it ain't meant to be. Yeah, I mean that's
Yeah.
because yeah. When you young, boy, you do
You
you
young, yeah, right. And when you're young, nobody can tell you nothing.
exactly,
Nobody can tell you
exactly.
nothing.
You
And
think you can
that's,
change?
I think that's the mistake that sometimes we make as parents, trying not to allow our children to make the mistakes that we made. And then they look at it like, oh, you just want to run my life. Or you just like, no, I'm just trying to tell you it's hard to get back up sometimes.
I seen sis when that there was a man that I seen on TikTok where he
Yeah, we're
said
not thinking correctly.
when you reach a certain age, when you in your 30s, in your 40s, you straight in life. You already know what you won't accept and what you will accept.
Yeah,
And when you out there seeking someone to be a partner, you already know you seeking for exactly what you want. I want a wife. I want marriage material, no less. So remember, when you get out there and you looking, you know what to look for. Now, if you accept something that's exactly not what you want, then that's your fault. That's
right.
your
That's
fault.
what I'm saying. Don't cry later because you,
Exactly.
the moment you decide to lay your head there permanently, you accepted it.
That's not, hey, sugar lips no. Because when I go out there seeking, I want some sugar draws with the sugar drops coming down. You know what I mean? I want the icicles. I want all that. Now, if you ain't got the sugar draws, what I want it for? You know what I mean? I want some honey on them draws. That keeps the king bee coming around.
You
Buzzer,
can,
buzzer, buzzer,
you gonna
buzzer.
leave me alone today.
I'm
You
just saying, that keeps the king bee staying around because there's always honey on them draws. That's all I'm saying.
Lord.
That's all I'm saying.
Well, I'm gonna go on to the next one. Transparency. Being open, and what we just talked about, being open and transparent with each other about all aspects of life, including finances, friendships, social interaction, is important for building trust and preventing secrets and misunderstanding. Setting boundaries. And this is what we are talking about also, setting boundaries. Clearly establishing boundaries in a relationship helps protect the marriage from temptation and external influences. Couples should discuss and agree on boundaries regarding interaction with the opposite sex, social media, and other potential sources of conflict. And this is so true because a lot of times right now in these relationships and marriages today, you have more people paying attention to people that they don't know on social media than the person laying right next to them.
That's true. And then in that part you read there about, when it comes to friends and all that. Here's the thing in a relationship, when I realize I don't have to like your friends, and you don't have to like my friends. As long as my friends respect my marriage, my wife, we good. And vice versa. Because you know what? Not everybody gonna get along. Everybody gonna like everybody that it's like, hey, I don't like your friends. You don't like. So what? But I'm not going to stop you from doing what you're doing out there with your friend. You want to hang out with your friends, hang out with your friends. Because honestly, these were your friends before you met me. I may not like them, but they were your friends before you met me. I ain't got to deal with that. As long as I got respect and they respect me in our relationship, I don't care.
Right. That is
That's
so
your
true.
business. Yeah.
That is so true. And in the moment you start to allow an outsider, and an outsider is someone that you know that live outside your house. Could be your friends, could be your mama, your daddy, your cousin, your sister. But you allow that person to walk into your home and disrespect your mate, guess what?
Right.
You better go move in with them, because that is
I'm
a
gonna tell you,
recipe for disaster.
I agree with you. Because here's the thing where some of us fail. We allow our friends to have us do things that we know are detrimental to our marriage and our relationship.
Yes.
If you sitting around here and you want to go shake your booty somewhere, I don't think that your friend respect your marriage or your relationship, because they should not ask you to go to that place to go shake your booty, knowing that you're in a relationship, and vice versa. Same thing with men. If you know that that man's wife don't want him at that club, you should not be inviting him to that club, because only thing you doing is putting a strain on his marriage and his relationship. To respect it is that when you do something, do things that you know that's respectful to your friend's marriage or relationship. That's the way I see it. And any friend that does opposite is no true friend. Is no true friend whatsoever. And even as men, we have a tendency to be like, oh man, don't worry about it, man. Your wife ain't gonna be, man, you can go home and just spend. Nah, ain't about that. And I think, to me, coming from a man's point of view, I think a man is weak when you sit around here and say to your wife, oh, you know, Tony just asked me to go. Because here's the thing, man, I don't care what, Tony ain't forced you to do nothing. You knew better. You knew better. So I tell you what you do. Don't get mad when she say, well, I hope Tony got room in his house, because that's where you're going to go spend the night at.
Isn't that the old saying that people used to say, well, I hope you got a place to lay?
Because you don't.
Yes,
and here's the thing in relationships.
People are jealous.
Here's the thing in a relationship where we tend to don't understand that in any relationship, marriage, otherwise, you have to be with someone that respects who you with and respects your situation. You know, don't ask me something that's going to actually affect my relationship or my marriage. Don't ask me to do that, because
can I say something there? Because what I want to say is that, you know, speaking from experience, like, I don't see no wrong with going to a club.
Oh, wait.
No. What I want to say is that, okay, so if you know that, you know, there's sharks and hyenas and stuff out there in those clubs, and you know that your significant other like going to the club, so then I think that you should accompany him or her to the club. You know what I mean? To get that music, it's just part of going out and stuff. But you know, again, it is the communication there. It is the communication.
I agree. Well, let me
that y'all speak to each other. Because sometimes you're not gonna mind, especially if you know that you don't like going, like, you know, if you going with somebody decent, yeah, I can understand. But if you going with your homegirls, and I know for a fact that every time they leave the club, they in somebody's bed. What they said after the party is the hotel lobby. You know that they be up in the hotel lobbies.
And then there you go. That and that's the correction let me make. Yeah, see, and that's what I think. It all depends on, that's what I said, who your friends is. It all depends on that. If you got them little hot mama friends, then that shouldn't even be happening. And the same way with us guys. Look, Sweet Lips gonna tell you, been there, done that. Us guys know we got them little whorish friends that we hang out with. Man, let's go to the club. We already know what them words mean. And sometimes we put ourselves in that situation, even though we know we ain't gonna do nothing. But the problem is we shouldn't have been there. You know what I mean? Because if something happened, hey, I was there. So if Tony did this And my wife hear about it. First thing she looking at it, well, you and Tony been
You
friends
was
for 20
with
years.
him, right?
If he
You
did
just
it,
have birds in
so
the
you
feather
just stood
flock
there and did
together.
nothing.
You have to know your mate to know that that's not always true.
Exactly. Said all depends, but you're right. Going to the club ain't nothing wrong. But here's the thing: if you with Sugar Lips, I'm telling you, only club you gonna go to is the club I make in the living room. I tell you that. I play all the music you want. I play all the music I'll be the DJ, I'll be the bartender, whatever you need, I got you, sweetie. I got you. If you want me to come out in the whole different personality, I do that too. You know what I mean? Whatever you want.
No.
You know what I mean? I put the disco lights on and all that. Boogie.
No.
Oh, just saying.
No.
I'm just saying.
No. You would get too passionate to tell me how you feel in the morning after I bop you in your head with something. I would go out. And I go to put all my finest duds. And I find out that I'm in the living room, that I done spent all day cleaning with some lights. Oh, we're gonna have a fight. We're gonna have a problem.
She wouldn't know until I say, hey, sweetie, get in the car. I'm gonna take you and drive you to the club. And then when she realized we went around the block, and she's like, hold up, where we going? I'm like, well, we're right here at home. There's a club going on in the house. I got it all set up for you, sweetie. That's when she'll find out.
Let me go on to the next one. Regular intimacy. Physical intimacy is an important aspect of a marriage and helps strengthen the emotional connection between partners. Couples should prioritize their sexual relationship and communicate openly about their needs and desires. I believe that. I truly believe that is something that needs to be discussed, but also, and this is just me. I'm just being open and honest with you guys. I'm not swinging off of no lights and I'm somebody's girlfriend. No, that's what I'm saving for my marriage. So if you ain't really looking for marriage, you best believe, honey, it's just some things that you don't just get to do as my boyfriend. I mean, if you're my husband, you could possibly divorce me or whatever, but I am going to want to do you. Look at here. Don't give up all your goodies and that fool or that little heifer done bounced on you and you done did the performance of a lifetime. You ain't got an Academy Award. You ain't win no award.
But ain't you supposed to? Ain't you supposed to test the product to know if you want it? I mean, you got to test it because let Sugar Slip tell you, ain't nothing more worse than getting with someone and you turn out to be a dud. I mean, come on now.
But no, come on. Even with a dud, because this is what I know. And let me just say what I know from experience. Mm-hmm. Even with I would have said I was a dud. Screw you.
But let me tell you.
Hold on a second. Let me just say, even as a dud, like you may run into a person that does not have the experience in bed or street experience that someone else, like Susie, that has the cock from around the block. You may not have that type of experience. But when you meet someone and you guys know exactly, y'all are on the same page, when you take that next step, and let's say you do have a little more experience, then you would show me how to please you.
Oh, most
you
definitely.
Pleasure me, and then I can pleasure you back. Yeah. You would show me. So if I'm a dud, don't look at it as being a dud. Just look at it like if you don't have experience, you just don't have experience. And then whoever you with gonna give you the experience that you need.
Sis. You preach to the choir. Now let Sugar Lips tell you from his side of the fence.
Oh
now,
my God,
I'm gonna tell you, if you don't have no experience, the sweet doctor's in. I will teach you what you need to know. But I'm just saying, when we meet, don't pretend to have a little honey pot when you know ain't nothing but sour grapes up in there. Don't pretend with me. I
But
can't
even
have
if
I
you're
can't handle that.
pretending, you would know. You
Because
would know.
I got to test the product. I got to test the product. Nobody said we got to go all out, but I got to test the product.
Somebody get his mother on the line.
No, hold up. But here's the honesty about it. Ain't that the same thing that a woman would say? I hear women say it all the time. I need to know, because all that big talk he talk, I don't want him to come in with no little weenie. That's going to make me mad. See, you got to test the product.
Right. Now, there is a difference. Now, you know, I would like to say there's a difference, but then, I mean, it may not be a difference when women do tend to think that if he ain't hanging like Tarzan hanging from the tree, that means it's not, like, you know, you're not getting anything. But you see, that's what our young minds tell us.
That's true.
And so we
That's
don't
true.
know why we're making so many trips to the GYN, and they saying we got to pull your uterus back out of your throat because we don't know no better, because we young and we think like we really saying something to doing something.
That's true. But then also you have to, if you're gonna do something and you're in a relationship with someone, you're starting out to we said this a long time ago. And the same way. Don't start doing X, Y, Z, then all of a sudden you going downhill, and it's like, hold up. I mean, that messes everything. That messes up the flow. Well, at least to me, it messes up the flow. At least to me, because man, I be hotter than fish grease. What? You man?
Somebody get his mother on the line.
I'm just saying.
But we agree. So you can actually take an inexperienced person and show them.
Yes, but they have to be want to be shown.
Pink and the Man of Steel have both knowledge of the human touch and already know the difference in the game.
Huh?
Do you care to elaborate? Because that just went clear over my head. Let me try to read it again. Listen here, Pink and the Man of Steel. You're both knowledgeable of the human touch and already know the difference in the game. Right.
I get it.
You right. Age brings knowledge. But when you're first starting off, there is no knowledge there when you're young. All you know when you are young is to just pull them things down, open your legs, and do what you do and move on.
And the Man of Steel,
you're not even processing that unless you young and then you go and get someone way older that have some experience.
Yeah, and that man is the Man of Steel. You know, thank you very much, but shoot, I don't change that steel in for some aluminum. You know, that was back in my day.
Let's move on. Support each other. Being there for each other through difficult times, offering emotional support, and showing empathy and understanding are essential for maintaining a strong and faithful marriage.
Yes,
and being there and understanding each other's feelings is that part of taking an inexperienced person and having that patience with them until they learn what it is that you are looking for.
But they have to be willing to. But you see, that's the other part too. That I know exactly what you're saying. But see, they be having to willing to learn. Some people just not willing to learn. It's like, and if you're not willing to learn, then let's not waste each other's time.
And then not only are you willing to learn, and when it's saying that supporting each other also comes from, I thought I heard my dog whining. I heard it say, but that also comes from if you have a person that is inexperienced in anything. Some people, you know what I mean, they'll know, you know, what it is to have sex or the way that you would want. They don't know how to cook. You know what I mean? They don't know how to clean. But if you stay in that relationship, like you have to have that patience with that person. And then when that person messes up, and let's say you didn't hit that orgasm the way you wanted, or that steak wasn't cooked the way you wanted, or maybe you didn't want her to wipe the table, you wanted to polish the table, and this is him or her. And then suddenly you start browbeating.
Okay,
That,
here's a
that's
question.
not
Let,
cool.
let, let me answer this question. Okay, we got one here. What happens if you want to wait till marriage? Well, you can wait till marriage, my little honey biscuit. But here's the thing: if you wait till marriage, you still have to
Yeah,
prepare yourself for what comes along with that. Because here's the thing: everybody, no matter who you are, has an idea in their head what they perceive, what they want.
yeah,
Now, here's the other thing too. You wait to marriage. Let's say you're dealing with someone that has experience and you don't. All right. Things may not go the way they expect to go. This is the reason why. Okay. And I think anyone that waits to marriage is a great thing. Wait. But this is why most people like to test the product, because they don't want to waste no one time. Neither one of us.
that's not wasting time. That is learning to grow together.
Hey, look, we got all the time in the world to grow. I mean, shoot, I'm pretty sure I don't grew way before I even got to even sit down and talk to you. We don't grew. I grew. I grew. I mean, that's what I'm saying.
No.
Hey, look, man, come on now.
I just think that two people with no experience,
There you go.
and you learn together,
There you go.
and you take that, everything about that relationship is right, and
There you
you
go.
say, now I just want to wait until we get married. If two people agree, then to me, then you should just wait.
But let's be for real now. Hold up. You're right. I agree. If two people are have no experience, things can turn out just right for them and they wait. But here's the other side to that. Have we not been long enough here in life to realize you got two people that have never done anything together, got married, did something together? Didn't somebody along the line went out and stepped out and experienced something different, and all of a sudden they don't left because it's like, I didn't even know something was like that?
No,
That
you
happens
don't do
sometimes.
that.
That no, that happens in real life, sis. It happens. It happens.
Right. Cassandra said, what
Man
happens
and
if the
woman.
person has plenty of experience and they decide to stop sleeping around and they decide they want to wait? Right, because then to me, you should be able to wait. If you know that you've been out there already, you've had that experience already, but you're looking for something more than what you had out there. So the new you is like, you know what? I don't want to do anything, and I'm waiting for a husband or a wife. That person should understand that.
I think a person would understand that, but I tell you one thing,
Tell,
Sister
tell us,
Celeb.
tester. Tell us, sweet lip tester. Tell us, tester.
I tell you,
Product
Sister Celeb,
tester. You the
you
product
are
tester.
you are so in tune with marriage. I can dig it. That's from your side of the track. But what about the track that people ain't got no marriage, ain't nowhere in the book? But
Well,
if you
then
want
that's the person that you just skip over.
yes,
Because
but
like
if
you
you want
said, you're up front already.
yeah, but if you want to actually wait to marriage after you don't did all that you don't did out there and this is and that, I think that's a great thing. I think it's good. I think you should do it. I think it's perfect. Matter of fact, I might have a face for you in Candyland. You might have a
Put
face
your
for
lips close. Put your lips close. And this here one, sweet Polly purebred don't exist, neither does body shoe shine.
What the?
There's a sweet Polly purebred out there. Really, there is. And I said, no acting up. There's a sweet Polly purebred out there that wants to wait until they said I do and finish the rest of their time swinging from the chandeliers on their husband. It is nothing wrong with
You
that.
know what? If it was me, I'm gonna tell you, and all truthfully, to my peoples out there listening to us, you hear from Sweet Lips here. I will wait. If I wanted to do a do over, I will wait, and that's fine. But I can tell you right now, I'm not going to pretend I'll wait. But when I find the right one and everything is all good, honey child, woo, they better know what's gonna come along.
If he didn't go back to the 70s, dynamite. He said, honey, child.
I'm just
Somebody get his
saying.
mother on the line. Somebody,
Just
somebody,
saying.
somewhere.
That's just a wild one waiting to be
No.
released. Man or woman, I'm telling you.
Seek counseling. Let's move forward. If an issue arises in the marriage that threatens faithfulness and trust, seeking professional counseling can help couples navigate challenges, improve communication, and strengthen their bond. And you know what? I do believe that. Go sit down. Stop the madness. She's crazy. Let me tell you something here, Boo Boo Kitty. You better stop it, Twinkies. But I do believe that, and a lot of couples are afraid to seek counseling because they feel like they have to expose themselves to a stranger. But if you're in this
I feel that
relationship
way.
and you guys cannot communicate together, then I just think that if you go outside, I just put it this way: I would rather go outside to that stranger that knows nothing about me than take it to someone that I know, and the next thing you know they're judging either your husband or your wife
You know what?
and
I
telling
see.
you how you need to leave.
I see what you're saying, but you know my side about that. I'm not too much on counseling because I figure this way. It works for some people, but to me, there's no way. There's no way. I would never understand if you with somebody for so many years, and y'all cannot solve an issue. That I would know. I cannot phantom that happening. In the same way
Normally,
you can
someone
sit down
checked
and solve.
out.
Hold up. If you can sit, let me tell you what we have a tendency of doing. We can sit down and we can solve and help our friends solve issues and anything that has to do with themselves or their relationship. We can give all the good advice in the world, but we can't solve our own. We can. Because here's the thing: if you love it, there's no way that y'all can't come to an understand. It's about just the same thing you're doing with a counselor is the same thing you're doing with each other. You're
But
sitting down there
someone
with a
has checked
stranger,
out.
yeah, but you're sitting down there with a stranger and you're discussing your relationship. It's not like you're behind two closed doors and no one sees nobody. You're all sitting there, all three of y'all sitting there discussing the same thing y'all discuss at home, and
No,
y'all
but
can't solve that.
sometimes you have checked out. I truly believe
Then if you checked out, then that means
someone.
if you checked out, then that means this marriage don't exist. If you checked out of a situation in your marriage, in your relationship, if you checked out from speaking and solving something, then this relationship does not
No, because
exist.
no, let me tell you why. Because a lot of times in a relationship, you have that dominant person. And no matter how many times you say that I'm not happy with this or this is going wrong, and then suddenly that's not what it is. Yo, you lying, you crazy, go cook, male or female. Sometimes you cannot express yourself, especially if a person is a narcissist.
Oh, but didn't we just say, sis? Now think about what we said. We said you get what you got because you picked it. Now, if this person is a narcissist, if this person is Looney Tunes, you knew all that from the get-go. But here's the thing, and I say in any relationship, reason why I say that, because in a relationship, it's about caring, love, respect, you know what I mean, and understanding. And if you have those four things, there's no way you can tell me if that man does not understand, love, respect you to get where you coming from, then what are you with him for? And vice versa. It's let me tell you something. If my woman came to me and we sat down, we had an issue, and we sat down and discussed, I'm gonna sit down, listen, shut up, and I'm gonna take heed to every word she say because it's important to me that she's happy just like I want to be happy. And I know if she's talking to me about something that important, it bothers her. If it bothers her, it bothers me.
Right. But you don't have some like that.
Yes, you're right. And those are the ones that you shouldn't be with. Then you should get out of it. You can't change them, bless you. You can't change them.
A lot of times, and we have said this before, that when you're in a relationship is one thing. And when you get married, all of a sudden, for some reason, the roles change.
But here's the thing. You're right. The roles change, but the person is still the same.
That fool done lost his mind. That fool done lost his mind. Because let me tell you.
Then you leave. You got to walk out the door.
No. Because it's a marriage. You got to work through it. And that's what
no. Oh, so you mean tell me we're supposed to sit there? I'm going to work through a marriage with some narcissistic and somebody that's going to go upside my head and going to tell me to go cook and shut up.
Number one,
crazy? No.
If number one, like we said before, if somebody's going upside your head, he didn't go upside your head just that moment. He went upside your head way before the marriage.
Yeah,
and
but
so how did you get into that marriage? We don't know. But
the same thing with someone being a narcissist. If this person's a narcissist, they've been like that for the longest since you met them.
Let me tell you something. I have come in contact with people, and not putting it on any particular race, but a lot of mira que nice. They tend to be overbearing in their relationship, almost like you have to ask permission to do everything. And because I don't know if you went into that marriage young and dumb, or you was the inexperienced one that believed that this type of behavior was okay. But you have some that cannot express themselves. And as a matter of fact, those are the ones that would never seek counseling. They will never seek counseling.
Now, here's the thing on that. Here's the thing about that side of that. Coming from, my side of the tracks. See, when Sugar Lips was just a little drop in the bucket, when I was a youngster, I always thought things had to be my way. I was like that with women. I always had, you got to do this, you got to do that, and this and that. See, I was young, stupid. I had no idea, but I just figured I had to be the boss. It's got to be my way. But then I learned. Not someone taught me, I learned. It don't have to be that way. I should not be that way.
Good evening.
I learned I should not be that way, and I wanted to change because I realized what I was doing.
Right, experience. Yes. That's what I'm saying. But some people cannot express that. They're not allowed to. Because let me tell you something. When you were that way and you said it's my way and that is it, that person lost their voice. And so now that you have experience and you got to see maybe the pain that you put that other person through, now you realize, like, no, we're in a relationship, we're together, tell me what's bothering you so that I can change my ways, and I'll tell you what's bothering me so that we can come together as one. That right there, that's love.
Okay, but here's the thing, and that's what I'm saying about a marriage. A marriage. If your woman or your man is so dominatory that y'all cannot discuss simple things where that what makes a difference to you, he don't care or she don't care. I don't care how long you've been married. You get the hell out of it. It's no sense of doing this no more.
Let me tell you.
Hold on, tell me am I wrong? But this is where people go wrong, men or women, because that's the same thing as saying that it's okay for a man to go upside your head and you gonna keep forgiving him because he's my husband. Oh, I love him. Oh, he ain't mean that. Yo, how many times you gonna take a trip to that emergency room for you realize you need to leave that man alone? He's not going to change. He's not.
And let me tell you the flip side of that. And I have said this before. Sure that the Bible says that the man is the head of the household and he is to treat his wife as an equal. But I've also said before, if you are with someone that is leading you down a rabbit hole, you better let that fool hand go and let him jump down there by himself. Because at that point, you do have to exit because you have no voice, you're being disrespected, and you're probably being disrespected in front of your children. You know, at some point, you know, even though the marriage, you know, under the Bible till death do us apart, and that's a vow that you have taken to you know, the promise to God to hold on to that marriage. He expects you to use common sense. Ain't nobody told you that the Lord said for you to take a black eye, for you to just be somebody's sex object, for you to be having this fool friends come inside and they making a mess and he telling you to,
But see, and that's what I mean. But
nobody said all that.
And here's the thing. People change sometimes when they get married. We said that. And some people, when they get married, change for the best. Some people change for the worst, and they start getting domineering. Oh, you my wife, and you better do this because now you. That's what I'm saying. They change. Once they change for the worst, once y'all got married, that's
and
what
you
I
are
believe.
On it. The Lord didn't tell you to stay there.
To go. Yeah, you.
The Lord didn't tell you to stay and remain there. Not foolishness.
Exactly. Now, unless you change for the best, you know, when it comes to me and Sugar Lips. Now let's go on to my thing. If you change when it comes to the best for me and you got more sweeter and juicier, Lord knows I ain't going nowhere. I'm telling you, it's like having a boat of pig feet. Oh Lord. You ain't got to worry about Sugar Lips going nowhere.
Mother.
Just saying. That's just me. That's just me. I like it nice and fluffy and juicy. Hey.
Somebody. I don't even care who it is.
You know what? Let me tell you something, you people out there. If you keep it sweet at your home, oh Lord, you ain't got to worry about nothing. You ain't got. I'm telling you, a man when he want to go and hang out with his friends no more. He'll be like, I ain't seen you in months. It's like, oh, that's okay, but you talking to me on the phone because I'm right here with my sugar sweets and I am good and happy. See, you got to be happy at home, I believe, when you walk outside that door to the world.
Yes.
When you walk outside, all things is out there waiting for you. You got
the hyenas.
You what? Ooh, the hyenas. Oh man. You got every bit.
Let me read this comment. Marie said, treat me right and I'll let you breathe. There's a
she's talking about murdering people. She's talking about murdering people.
And Ashay said, just because you're married does not mean you own that person's life if you're just a part of it. No, right. There, when you are married, suddenly you become one and you should move and think as one.
Well, it depends now. Hold up, it depends because I just can pray till the Lord knows I've been down this road and Sugar Lips know what he's talking about. Because sometimes you could be married and you ain't nowhere near as no one. You just half of a coin. You ain't even that. I mean, I've been on the lowest of the low. I know. So it depends on the person you married to.
Yes.
It all depends. And some of these women today want to get married, but they don't want to be no real wife. They just think because I'm married, I'm married. No, you gotta know how to be a wife. I mean, come on.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
That's why I said.
Yeah. And the same thing with the brothers. We don't know how to be no husbands. You know what I mean?
Right. You ain't looking for no wife, you know what I mean? And you ain't looking for no husband.
Because, shoot, I didn't know how to be a husband. Shoot, right there, I lost my farm, people. I lost my phone. I mean, the stable was dry, and I be no husband. I came home, and the landlord took my stuff. He don't let out all the stallions. He don't let them out. I'm just saying. Hey, that's the man got me. He don't got me. I'm telling you.
Somebody call this fool's mother. Let me read some comments. Marie said that's what the Bible said. Shay said, we are running till you F up, then you're on your own. And the Cassandra said, that's true, but today's world don't think of marriage. No. Marie said, I can't be bothered with the foolishness. Wasting my time will cost you dearly. Shay said,
she just murdering people.
Just out here, just for no reason.
Yeah.
Cassandra said, I'm old school woman, never been married. Hopefully one day I will get there. Let me tell you something. When we get done with you, when the Lord brings your husband, you're going to know. You're going to know.
Yeah, you know. I'll ring the doorbell.
Well, Sweet Lips, ring your doorbell. Do not open because he already told you. You're going to be ready. You will be ready, Cassandra. Now, practice forgiveness. This is a biggie right here.
Yeah.
Forgiveness is a key element in maintaining a healthy and faithful marriage. Couples should learn to forgive each other's mistakes, let go of past grievances, and move forward with love and understanding. Now, let me just say this and say this clear. I have said this before. I can possibly forgive anything. But let me tell you something right now. If you lay your head somewhere else, that means that you have a place to go, and there's no forgiveness and infidelity in my book.
I agree with you.
I'm not sharing meat.
I agree with you.
I'm not sharing meat.
You know what? I'm all about the forgiveness. I forgive a lot of things. But one thing, let me tell you, since we anointing the forgiveness.
Excuse me for 1 second. Cassandra said, do you want to get married again, Sweet Lips?
Get married again? Married? Lord, you don't say just saying that word, a wind on blew by me. Ooh, oh, Lord, it be. Huh? I'm about teaching about the marriage. Man, oh, Lord, oh, marriage frightens me. That's all I'm saying. Once you've been married, man, I done been married. Man, I've been married before. I think I got these teethers.
Let me see. Ache said, it's my way or the highway, Smokey. Cassandra said, if a man makes a baby outside a relationship, it's over for me. Yeah, I can't. No. Let me tell you why it would be over for me, because I don't even date men with kids. So if you go out and make one, we're done. Don't you bring a bottle, a pamper, a pacifier. Don't. And I'm just telling you, anybody that know me, no.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you a little bit.
You may meet the right woman in your life, Sweet Lips. Sweet Lips is never getting married again. And it's not even out of fear.
Nah, that ain't for me.
My po brother.
That ain't for me. But I can say one thing. Here's the thing. I already know that marriage is not for me. And I'm fine with that because been there, done that. And it ain't nothing to do with all that. It's just that I'm happy with the way my life is. And I wouldn't want to, I'm just happy with the way my life is. Can't you tell by the way I'm smiling?
Cassandra said, "Never say never." Some people know. Some people
Oh,
know.
I know.
Some people
Oh, yeah.
know that. You know
Oh,
what?
I know.
I am not marriage material. I've been there. I've done that. I've seen the ups. I've
Yeah,
seen the downs.
yeah,
And just leave me
yeah,
right in the middle.
yeah. And you know
Leave me
what?
in the middle.
I've been blessed to be the way that I am. I love who I am. I'm always happy each and every day. You know, to catch me on a sad day is very far and few because I appreciate the fact of waking up every morning. And I'm
Amen.
always thankful and happy. I mean, always. I mean, nothing but joy and sunshine this way. Nothing but joy and sunshine. Now, the bones may creak a little bit. You know what I mean? I got to put a little oil here and there. But it's part of getting old. It's
Like the
part of
Tin
getting old.
Man. Like the
You
Tin Man.
know? Yeah. Okay. You know, I ain't sitting about no damn tin.
Add some oil to
I
me.
Okay, you say so. You say so.
The 10th one is pray together. For couples who are spiritually inclined, praying together and seeking guidance from a higher power can help. And I truly
Okay.
believe that.
All right. I believe that, but here's the thing. You know, sweet lips ain't gonna be fronting. One thing I can tell you, spiritually, I believe in the Lord. Praying, I barely ever pray, but I'm always, you know, I guess it's being thankful each and every, you know, I always thank God every morning and every night for everything I have. I guess that's the far because I'm just not a church pretender. I believe in the Lord, but I ain't one of those people that, you know, because it's that thing about the problem with church. You got a lot of people up in there that's pretending and it's full of crap.
Boom, boom,
I
boom. You are
I
so
don't
right.
do that. I don't do that. I don't want to do that. I have been to church plenty of times in my life, and when I went true and blue from my heart. But I know, far as with Bible study and all that just it's not for me. But spiritually, the Lord knows Sugar Lips
Your
love
heart.
Him. He
Yes, that's
knows
right.
that
Amen.
for a fact. And
Amen.
that's one thing
Amen.
people got to realize soon. I realized as I got older, you always got to be sitting up in the church just for the Lord to be believing that you believe in him. You can do all that at home. You can do all
Yes.
that because the same thing he preaching, the same thing you can read in your book, in your Bible. So, I mean, what am I going to listen to him for? That's how I look at it.
Right.
But, you know,
So you agree, praying together, praying
yeah,
together, praying
yeah.
together.
It's like, oh, yeah,
And praying on the situation to change.
yeah. We do eat together, though. I mean, we eat together. Hey, that's the same thing. You know what I mean?
Cassandra said it's not about the people in the church, it's about your relationship with Christ. Yeah, and you can have a relationship in the church, you can have a relationship at home.
That's right. As I was saying, I have mines at home. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I ain't going to church. I don't want to be around some of them devils. I know what they be doing. And I ain't got time to giving somebody my rent money. I got my own rent to pay. What do I want to do that for? I don't want to preach it.
It's tithing.
Tithing. Yeah, I'm tired of giving them my money. That's what I'm tired about.
I'm not even.
Hey.
Guys, look at here. Look. My brother's
Is the pastor gonna come to my house if I don't pay my landlord? The pastor gonna pay my bills? I don't think so. So why I pay his? I have my own stuff to worry about. If he can't keep the lights on, he close the door.
Tithing is in the Bible, Cassandra.
If he can't keep the lights on, close the door. Shut the building down. Because if I can't keep my lights on, they shutting it off. So he get his shut off.
Shay said, when two or more people gather, that church, no matter where. Yeah, that's right. And the Bible says, when two or more people gather, that's right. Your prayers will be answered. They will be heard. They will be heard. Now, and they may not be heard answered when you think, because it's not on your timing. It's on the Most High's timing. So that right there,
see,
good point.
That's why I'm leading up to you. I'm leading up to you, sis, because I ain't into that. But who wrote that in the Bible? Tidings. I remember when I used to watch the 10 Commandments. I ain't never seen them giving out.
No,
I don't understand.
They supported Christ.
I don't get that.
They supported him.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Well, okay. All right. Okay. Y'all got me on that. Okay, y'all got me on that. That ain't my realm. I don't know nothing about that stuff. I know very
Right.
little. I know very little.
Right. But I mean, on the tithing, a tithe is a voluntary donation of 10% of one's income to a religious organization, usually a local church. The word
10%.
tithe, the
Good
word
Lord. 10%. You know the price of eggs today? 10%. That means I got to give them 10%. I only get half a dozen of eggs. I need the whole dozen. I don't need half a gallon of milk. I need the whole gallon.
guys,
I'm just saying.
Sweet Lip is in he's learning, and soon I will come back and he will say
Look,
something
sis.
so
Now look,
interesting.
Sweet Lips is learning, but I don't get what you say. I ain't going to no church and I ain't giving no 10%.
Okay. The Lord is going to work
Now,
on him.
if this was back in the day, the Lord knows, if this was back in the day when they was giving out books of food stamps, now I give him a little something. If he takes stamps, I give him a stamp or two. He can have a $5 book, $10 book. I mean, hey, money's money. He can have some of that. But cash is off the books. Can't do it. Can't do it.
Yeah. Oh, Ashe said, facts, cuzzo. It was Paul that wrote that in the Bible, and Paul wasn't even a real disciple. Let's talk about it. We're not gonna pull Ashe out of no, because she will be out on here exposing Paul was not. He was not a disciple.
First of all, I heard of Paul before in the Bible. Sweet Lips is he has knowledge of the Bible, but I'll say it again. Y'all talking two different sides. I'm talking spiritually. I'm good with the Lord, but I just say in today's society right now, a lot of these churches and pastors don't messed all that on up. You don't know who to trust no more.
Right. And you don't. And that is why, what Cassandra just said, a lot of times you're not, when you're going into the church, into that congregation, you know what I mean? You're going there to get something. But if what you're looking for is not in that church, then you don't need to be there, because you're correct. Because a lot of times the pastor, the preacher, the minister, the father, the deacon, whomever up there be speaking one thing, and they then slid out the back door without their wife. And you know what I mean? They don't rob half the congregation.
Because
and
what
so,
good is me giving to the pastor if I'm sitting at the bus stop trying to go to work, and I see the pastor driving by, he ain't stopping to ask me, do I need a lift? I help him pay for that car. I mean, come on.
Else to move on to.
I'm just saying. The pastor driving the car. Okay. I'm on the bus. He ain't asked if I want a lift or nothing. He just waved and say, "Hey, brother Melvin," and I waved back. Sure. What you think I would say? You gonna give me a ride, pastor? How much of that gas I paid for?
Well, I help. That's not what you're supposed to think.
Are you serious?
No, let me tell you what it's like. You know what? It's almost like, let me give you a prime example. Okay. I always say to people on 2.101, let's talk about on Facebook, you can send stars. On He First Loved Us, you can send stars. On YouTube, you can subscribe to the channel. When people subscribe to the channel, that is their way of saying, I like what you're doing and you're supporting my content. Out of that, the amount of money each month that goes towards ink, the paper, me paying the internet to research and do, you know what I mean? So it's not like you're just giving it to me. It's more like you like what I say, you know what I mean? You agree with some of the things, it's helping you. So now it's like, okay, here's these stars. With those stars, that would cover printing paper, that would cover ink,
And
that
it's
would cover
understandable. But
internet.
see,
But so that's how you have to look
okay,
at
yeah, but hold on. We in here, we in the real business of giving people real truth here. We giving them facts of what goes on, the real deal here. This is what they getting here. But let me tell you how I look at it this way. Before I look like giving a church, I'd rather do the blessings that the Lord gave me, and I'd rather give it to a bum in the street and help him get some food in his stomach. I'd rather help the person over here. Because see, those are the real people in need in this world to me. Half of these people in this church needing what? You got a nice home, a nice car, and you sitting up here bull jiving. But yet there's people out here starving. I'd rather give it to
But
them.
then even with the church, even they are supposed to take whatever it is that you give to them. You know what I mean? They should be helping these homeless people. They should be helping the
But
people
half
that
of them, hold up, half of them
they
don't, and the
should
don't.
be
But
clothing people.
they do. But what they do with the things that they do. And here's the thing: I have a problem with church. Now I'm gonna say this the last time because you people don't got sugar lips started. I'm saying it the last time. Now I'm saying one more time. This one, hear me right. The Lord know I'm speaking the truth. The church itself, no matter what church you go to in the world, gets so many tax exempts that you don't get. That the government give them and they ain't paying no taxes on that building, that they get tax breaks and they get breaks when it comes to the electricity, the doorknob, and everything else, but they keep asking somebody for a donation like this church ain't gonna be standing here. It'll be standing there from 10 years from now, 20 more years from now, the church will still be there. Now, y'all don't get sugar lips started with that.
You're so right. And hey, and this is the good thing is that you're entitled to your opinion. And
Yes.
I see what you're saying, and I know that from experience. I have different organizations that I monthly tie into. I don't go to church and tie into, I love the program. I love what I hear. I'm learning something. You know what I mean? So I tied into them.
So you learned, here's the thing, but you're tied into something that you know deep in your heart that's real. And that,
Right. Yeah.
no matter what's going on, I know that they are performing something that teaching people is real. But what I'm saying today, in today's real world, this is the reason why when it comes to religion, and when a lot of people have problems, because every time you turn around, somebody making all this big profit and got these big mansion homes, and it's like, okay, what's going on here? And it's like, why would I really want to even go into that? It's like, I'm not saying that it's not possible. We have real churches out there that's performing good deeds. But
Right.
I feel this way like anything else in society. The ones that's performing the good deeds should be calling out the ones that's not and make it better. And make it better. The same way how the Catholic organization had to change their whole thing around.
Right.
I mean, that's what I'm just saying. That's what makes it's hard.
Right. Cassandra said, so you give offering to certain churches. What is your choice? That's your choice. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's just certain that I do every month because I believe, and you have to believe, and you do. You can go to church, but you have to feel and spiritually like the Most High will tell you where you were tied to.
Let me tell you something. I know and just from experience alone, how many situations that I have been in life, and I know how blessed I have been. So see, spiritually, I know there's a higher being out there. I know this. This I know. And as long as I know it, and as long as I believe it in my heart, that's all that makes a difference. Everything else, I don't care about everything. I really, truly, truly don't.
Right. Marie said, listen, being real, I was gotten for $800 by one church.
What?
You see the comment?
Where they at, sis? We're gonna get that money back. Where they at? Where they at? We'll go get it. We gonna get that loot. Find out where the pastor live.
Shay said you're giving it directly to them, not to the church. Correct. But I'm saying that, when it's all said and done, it's what's in the heart. Like
Yes.
the Most High sees your heart.
Yes.
He knows your heart.
Oh, yes.
And he judges the heart before he saves the soul.
Yeah.
So, and you're right. You just have, people that you believe in, and there's congregations that you can support. And like I said, I support 2 a month.
Okay.
And
now
I'm good with
it. I don't know how y'all got me on this church thing. Now,
Cassandra.
let's get back. Let's get back to the marriage thing. You know what I mean? Let's get back to the marriage thing, because we all do agree that there's a good Lord out there, and He's blessing all of us, and everything works out for the best.
We're going to start this here, and then we're going to end it so that we can go in, because I don't like to cover everything real fast. So I just gave you guys 10 things for a couple to remain.
And for all those that's joining us right now, I want to see y'all behinds tomorrow too.
Yeah, you heard what
I'm putting my foot down. We giving you good stuff here. We giving you.
And you don't even have to go to the council, and I'm telling you to go to and pay them.
I'm telling you, we giving you all the real stuff here. We giving you the pig feet, the hog mug. We giving you all of it.
Yeah, don't give them too much pig feet and hog mug. Those are the things that cause high blood pressure. Anyways, y'all want a salad? But now I'm going to give you the first 4 things, the first 4, and then we're going to stop here. The first 4 red flags of a person not being faithful in a marriage. We're just going to do 4, and then tomorrow, Ashay said YouTube messing with the notification. Sometimes you have to go back in, like unsubscribe and subscribe again. We said, I already know you people. So the first red flags, these are red flags, guys, of a person not being faithful in the marriage. First one, secrecy and hiding communication. If a spouse is secretive about their phone calls, messages, or social media interaction, it could be a red flag that you're not being honest or faithful in the marriage. And that is really true, because I had to learn what somebody sliding into somebody DMs me until they started sliding into mine, and it's like, what did you just say? I know you heard me say I was married, and then I'm like, why are you calling me? Block.
See, I don't even know nothing about that, but I mean, my phone is
and
like,
then hiding your phones. Why are you always hiding your phone?
Yeah, that's yeah.
You hiding your phone, like what you hiding? And all of a sudden your phone ring, and you got to get up and take a call when I know you ain't no businessman.
I agree with that.
These are the things we have to be looking out for.
I agree with that. I agree.
And here's the second one: a change in routine. Sudden changes in behavior, such as working late, frequently going out without explanation, or being unreachable for long periods of time, may indicate that a spouse is engaging in activities that are not faithful to the marriage. And I want to just say the truth. Let me tell y'all something. Boy, that is a big red flag. Like, you get off of work at 5 and you came in at 9. What meeting you had?
Okay, hold up. Now, see, hold up.
Yeah.
Sometimes we can't jump to conclusions now, man or woman. I mean, you can have a meeting and get a call. You know what I mean? Not every, I always
9
just
o'clock at night. You normally get off of work at 5, 9 o'clock at night.
I always say, if you're married or in a relationship for a long time, it's about trust. You should know who you with. And if that call that I get can be a call from one of the brothers wanting to just kick it. You know what I mean?
No.
Let me tell you. No. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. I get a call at sometimes 4 in the morning, 3 in the morning from our brother in New York City. I'll get a call. And I'll panic like, oh, snap. And I'll look and see him. And I'll be like, oh, so what's happening? And you're like, oh, no, you was asleep? No, I was up. Even though I was asleep. But the time difference, it's like, so.
No, but that's different. That's different. But
here's the thing.
No, we're talking about the real creepers that be out there down the hill in the back of the booth talking to Sharonda, trying to hook up with her draws, and then you're going to sit up there and try to convince me that every time I question you, you keep telling me about this damn car that broke down again. We going everywhere.
But shouldn't we throw some of that on some of these women too?
We're not. No. You know, I have said a lot of times the women are worse than men.
Yeah.
Those guys are worse.
Because if anybody, I know some of these women got me beat. I mean, back in the day, they were better than me.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I said women are worse. Women are worse. And then they throw that mouth right behind when you bust them. Like, look, to me, if you busted, just the worst part is when you know I know and you still sit there and lie in my face. That causes a reaction that is, and don't lie. I already bust you already. So just creeping.
If they creeping, they got to lie. They ain't gonna tell you the truth.
No, if you creeping, if you want to creep, go. Because like I said, I believe in the moment you lay your head in somebody else's bed, you got a place to stay.
But you know what?
Out of all the things of forgiveness, fidelity is not going to be. Oh no, we're sharing
these days. You know, these days ain't nobody really doing much creeping anymore. Because everybody got all this, this group stuff going on and whatnot, and all this. I mean, so hey,
wait, and then being unreachable. We spoke about this already, Sweet Lips, where you call in and go, I called you. I know. Well, why didn't you answer? Or I notice a pattern that your phone is always off in a window of 4 hours. That's you sitting there lying to her, and then you tell her you got to leave to go to work because you work the night shift, but you just came back home to me with somebody else's messy slop. Oh no!
You said you talking about me? I'm bad. You got this down back to a T.
No.
About 4 hour windows, and you.
Oh no! Let's read this here comment from Cassandra. First of all, I'm not calling nobody that time of morning unless it's a booty call. Then I say the women are worse. Stop making yourself unavailable. Here's the third one. A lack of emotional connection. If a spouse becomes emotionally distant, uninterested in spending time together, or avoid meaningful conversations, it could be a sign that they are not fully committed to the marriage. And that is so true. If I put on something nice, like I like to say, and you see all this, I got to do that role, all this, and you going to turn your head like, that again? Like, like, what a minute, like, any other time you would, even if you just came up and kissed me on my neck or say, honey, you look nice. Now, all of a sudden, you looking like, could you put your clothes on? You cold? You ain't cold? I'm cold. You should put something on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When a person suddenly starts to change their pattern, then you know that something is wrong. But we're going to stop there.
We got another comment there? Do we got another comment?
Huh?
Did somebody make another comment?
Ashay said facts. Cassandra said, yes, girl. Cassandra said, my baby daddy told me he was going to get a coconut, but I knew that was a lie because he was going to see the other one. You see what I mean?
A coconut.
You put the lime in the coconut and drink it all up. You put the lime in the coconut.
He was delivering coconut milk.
See, but that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But you know what? What I want to say good people, is when we see the changes, we have to accept that there's a change. A lot
Right.
of times we see changes in our significant other, and we still sitting over there like, oh no, it ain't what it is. No, you don't have 10 people don't call you, and everything starts to add up, and then you're sitting there in denial, and then all of a sudden you start acting like you hurt. Why are you hurt? You've seen it, process it. Let me get my disclosure.
It took me a
You on
while
your
to
own, you
figure it
on
out.
your own, you on your own, you on your own, you on your own. I had to read my disclosure again. You're on your own, you on your own, you're on your own.
You heard
Okay.
I said it took. You heard I said, sis. It took me a while to figure it out. I was on the roof looking down.
You're right.
I thought that was my car.
I'm done. But when you see the signs and you see it, you know what I mean? Pray. Start praying. Ask the Lord for some discernment. You hear me? Because I am telling you, once you have tried to reach that person and there's no reaching that person, you have prayed on it. And let me tell you something, the Most High is not telling any of his children, you or I, to remain in a loveless relationship, to remain in a relationship that someone is going upside your head, to remain in a relationship where someone is stealing your money, remain in a relationship that all you see is the back of that person's head. The Most High is not telling you to remain in that situation. Once you have tried everything that you can possibly, let me read my disclosure. You on your own, you on your own, you on your own, you on your own. It is time to leave. It is time to leave, okay? Because let me tell you what gets a person's attention. When you say, I'm filing for a divorce or whatever, and then all of a sudden, it's, oh, no, 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 I'm going to change, I'm going to change, I'm going to change. You cannot change a habitual liar. You cannot change a habitual cheater. Now, the only thing that needs to change is that you on your own, you on your own, you need on your own. You need to get your bank account right.
I mean,
and you need to exit.
Habitual liar and a habitual cheater can change. People can change if they want to change. People can change their whole life if
and
they
that's
want
what
to.
I'm saying. If there's no change there. If there's no change, if your woman, every time you turn around, your woman hanging her drawers up over somebody else's shower curtain, and then you having multiple conversations, and every time she come back home, she look like somebody that banged her brains out. Like you keep saying
but ain't that goes to the other half of what we've been, saying about marriage? You got to take the good with the bad, and you got to work through it. You got to work through it.
But this is what I said. Once you're done praying, that no one can tell me that there is a God in this universe that will say to you to sit in an unhealthy, unhappy marriage. You have prayed, you have tried counseling, you have tried reasoning. At some point, you have to let that sucker go. Or you're going to have to let that heifer go, because there is someone out there for you. There is someone out there. Put your hands down. There is someone out there to love you the way you deserve to be loved. And like you said before, marriage is not for everybody.
Yeah.
And if you are with someone and they're telling you that they're not about that marriage life, but this is what you want, and you remain in that relationship, you already know what it's doing, because he already or she already told you that that is not what they're looking for. So either you cut the sex, and let me just tell you something. Wait, give me my disclosure. You're on your own, you're on your own, you're on your own. Cut the sex is the first thing that stops. Because that intimacy, everybody's just looking for a good feeling. Everybody is surrounding and basing their relationship on how good he's making you feel. But once he's done making you feel that way, you know what I mean? This fool is still out the door, and you still hooked up on that last night, but he's somewhere making somebody else feel good. How did he do this in the beginning, and then you married him anyway? You basically told him or her that you agree with the mess that they're doing.
Yep.
Watch
I
what you
agree.
ask for. Know your worth. We've said this before in the beginning. Go back to
Yep.
some of Sweet Lips, some of our other tape-ins. Know your worth and do not settle.
Yep. Watch what you ask for. Ask
Yes.
for sweet lips. Sweet lips. Me
Oh
well.
my.
Ask for sweet lips.
He said, I'm calling Columbo, Batman, Constantine, Bannister, Joe Clark, Sunday. Oh my Jesus. You better call on the Lord. Pack your things. You better come up with a plan because you already know. And a lot of times, like I said, you brought that mess into the marriage because he was doing it when he was just your boyfriend. She was doing it when she was just your girlfriend. But let me tell you something else that you also have to be mindful of. And a lot of people do this because I've been reading it a lot. When you want to spice up your marriage, spice it up on your own. Stop that threesome, foursomes, thruples, and truples. And
Oh man.
guys, thank you so much. I want to thank you, Ashe, Cassandra, Emery, for joining Sweet Lips and I in this mission of ours to keep these marriages together. No more 5-minute marriages, no more contracts for 6 months, okay? Love and marriage is a beautiful thing when you have two people working towards the
Yeah.
same
And
goal.
show us some love. Put some devil dogs in the mail.
I'll take some too. I love me some devil dogs.
No, oh
But
man.
so guys, thank you for
And some funny
joining us.
bones. We need funny bones.
Oh, not like the peanut butter. But you can send the funny bones to
Yeah.
Sweet Lips.
And you know, we're talking to you, sister. Send some devil dogs and some funny bones.
Yes. So we thank you. Enjoy the
We
rest
thank
of
you.
your evening, and
We
we will
love
see
you.
you tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel. This is
Yes.
Sister Sledge and Sweet Lips, and we are what?